Hi, I'm Dr. Melanie McNally with Destination U, and today we are going to talk about self-talk. So first of all, I want you to think for a moment about what self-talk actually is. And think of it as an ongoing audio running inside your head that we all have, we all experience. Some people are more aware of it than others, but we all have an audio that's just constantly playing inside our head. Sometimes it's like a narrator narrating what's going on. Sometimes it's like a negative voice kind of telling us where we're failing, what we're doing wrong. It may vary from day to day and moment to moment, but think about what self talk looks like for you and how you experience it the most. So, first thing I want you to do is just a short exercise. After I give you the directions, you can go ahead and pause the video here, but I want you to set your timer for 5 minutes and just write down everything inside your head. Don't edit, don't leave things out. Just write down whatever you're thinking, no matter how silly it seems, no matter how ridiculous. Just go ahead and write. Set your timer for 5 minutes. Go ahead and do it now. Okay, so now that you've had a chance to write everything inside your head, this is kind of like a brain dump. You are getting everything out. What some people find when they do this, when they take the 5 minutes, is they realize how ridiculous a lot of their self talk is. A lot of the things that they're narrating and talking about is actually really, really random and really silly. So, which way did you skew and which way do you tend to skew? So, what type of self talk do you tend to engage in? So, there are different types of self talk. We can have the cheerleader, that's the voice in our head that's, rooting for us, telling us, you can do this, you got it. We have the coach, and that's the voice that will guide us, will encourage us, but will kind of tell us how to do things. So maybe we're giving a speech and the coach self-talk might be telling us like, okay, remember to make eye contact. Remember to look around the room and not just focus on one person. So it's giving us some supportive kind of guidance. There's the negative Nelly. So that is the voice that is just super negative, always looking for what's going wrong and always pointing it out to you. There's the bully. So that's the voice in our head that's telling us that we are stupid, that we don't know what we're doing, that we're going to fail. There's the fortune teller. So that's the voice that is convinced it knows what's going on in the future. So our fortune teller self-talk might be, they're going to laugh at you, you're going to fail this test. And then there's the mind reader. So that's the voice in our head that thinks it knows what everybody else is thinking. So, for example, the mind reader self talk might be telling us that, all those kids that were whispering and laughing, it was all about me. They were doing that. They were looking at my outfit. They thought it was really stupid and they're all making fun of me. And then we have the good news zapper. So that's the self-talk that will take any little bit of positive news, positive information, and just zap it to shreds. It will tell us that that good news isn't worthwhile and just demolish it. And then we have the judge. So that's the self-talk voice that will tell us what we've done wrong and why it is our fault. So, when we are trying to pay attention to our self talk, we have to really build self awareness. And the whole point of having you do that 5 minute exercise is a way to build self awareness. And in fact, I often have clients do this on a daily basis where they take 5 minutes to do a brain dump, to write down everything inside their head, just to help them build self awareness, to become an observer of their thoughts, to realize that the self-talk going on inside of us isn't necessarily who we are as people. These are just random thoughts and we don't have to really attach any sort of meaning to them. It's really helpful to name the type of self-talk that you notice. So again, the different types, the cheerleader, the coach, the negative Nelly, and so on. So labeling it is really, really helpful. And you can do this by taking notes, journaling each day for 5 minutes with the brain dump, recording what you have noticed, what your observations are, paying attention constantly. If you notice that your self-talk is most often the bully, like write that down, start paying attention to it, because that's really, really helpful information for us to know. So why is this so important? Well, think about what might happen if we're unaware of our self-talk. If we are not aware of it at all, then we are likely to let our self-talk dictate how we are going to feel. It's going to dictate how we will behave. It's going to change how we interact with other people. So self-talk awareness and self-awareness is really, really important because it affects us in so many different areas. So when it comes to changing self-talk, we can change our self-talk by journaling. So whether you do the 5-minute brain dump or you just take time every night to write about your day, write about what you're thinking, you're not editing, you're not judging yourself for what you're writing, you're just journaling. That's a really, really helpful way to change our self-talk. Meditation, because with meditation, we learn how to be the observer of our thoughts. And meditating, even if you start off for 5 minutes a day, where all you're doing is following your breath. You are just paying attention to your inhales and your exhales. You're not trying to do anything else. You don't have to do anything crazy with this meditation. Just simply observe your breath. That's a really good place to start. Being the observer, so observing how you talk to yourself, and then again, labeling what you notice, whether it's the coach or the judge or the negative Nelly, it doesn't matter. Be an observer. Talk back to your self-talk. So if the bully is in your head telling you, you're stupid or you look really fat in that outfit, talk back to it and just be like, stop it, you're being ridiculous, or this isn't true, I look really great, or I feel awesome, and that's the most important thing. Be curious about your self-talk. So as you're noticing the different types of self-talk that play in your head, just kind of be curious and be like, that's weird. I wonder why the bully is showing up so much today. Or, gosh, whenever I'm around this certain group of friends, I've noticed that I tend to have the negative Nelly going in my head a lot more. I wonder what that's about. And then finally, stop judging yourself. So as you are paying attention, as you are observing your self-talk, as you're talking back, do not judge yourself. Know that these different types of self-talk are something that we all experience. It doesn't make anybody a bad person. It doesn't make anybody a failure. So you are just watching, you are observing. You don't need to add judgment to the pile. All right, I hope this video is helpful for you in changing your self-talk. If you have any questions, you can always email us at connect@destinationu.net, or you can even just go to destinationu.net to learn more about the different online support that we offer. Take care.